Welcome back to the television show, the only show you are watching at this very moment. I hope. The 2000s were not kind to NBC, specifically 2004 when ER stopped being a juggernaut and both Friends and Frasier came to their conclusions. Additionally, new dramas such as Heroes failed to attract a long-term audience. The few bright spots on NBC's schedule for many years were its comedies, including The Office, Parks and Recreation, and 30 Rock. For a stretch, NBC was coasting on its former success, and while its new shows weren't breakout hits, for the most part they were critically successful. And then this happened.
It's the Jay Leno Show!
The Jay Leno Show, along with Conan O'Brien's brief tenure as the host of The Tonight Show, will go down as one of the darkest moments in NBC's history. Entertainment Weekly called the experiment television's biggest bomb ever. By the time Leno's primetime show was canceled, he was averaging a modest 4 to 6 million viewers a night, less than all other networks at the 10 p.m. hour. NBC was expecting low ratings, which they justified with the cheap cost of Leno's show. What NBC didn't anticipate was that the following local news broadcast viewership would drop by as much as 30%, which caused local stations to protest the Jay Leno show to NBC. Lasting from only September of 2009 to January of 2010, The Jay Leno Show was a massive failure that crippled the network. NBC initially committed to 2 years of The Jay Leno Show and built their schedule around the program. With the show canceled in the spring of 2010, NBC scrambled to fill the now empty 10 p.m. hour 5 nights a week with reality television, game shows, and reruns. Only 2 of NBC's new shows from that season, Parenthood and Community, were renewed. In December of 2009, news broke that NBC was to be purchased by Comcast.
Cabletown.
Comcast.
Cabletown.
Comcast!
A Philadelphia pornography distributor.
I'm more interested in discussing how this move has affected NBC over the past 5 years, instead of the actual financials of the acquisition. So if you're here for a business lecture, please don't go, I've got Girl Scout cookies. Like I'm gonna give you my Thin Mints. Now you're probably wondering what makes me such an expert in the Comcast-NBC merger. Well, its relevance is debatable, but I was there in 2006 when Jimmy Johnson won his first NASCAR Sprint Cup Series championship. Broadcast on NBC, bitches. With that said, let's take a year-by-year look at NBC since Comcast took over. For the 2010-2011 television season, the network was transitioning between General Electric and Comcast, so the network's failings can't yet be placed on the new ownership. NBC averaged 7 million viewers in primetime for the year, last among the broadcast networks. At the end of the season, NBC canceled 13 shows, more than its competition. Many freshman shows such as The Event, The Cape, and Chase started with decent ratings before flatlining by mid-season. The failure of The Event is particularly notable as it debuted to 10.8 million viewers before falling as low as 3.8 million. Only one new scripted show from NBC was renewed, Harry's Law, starring Kathy Bates, which would end up being canceled the following year. NBC's biggest success of the season was The Voice, a new singing show anchored by Carson Daly. With 12.3 million viewers on average, The Voice was the lone bright spot for NBC this season. The following season, 2011 through 2012, was better for NBC, as its average viewership rose to 7.4 million viewers. The main reason for the uptick was The Voice, whose viewership rose to 15.8 million viewers on average and became NBC's flagship program. NBC renewed 4 scripted freshman shows this year, instead of 2. Grimm, Smash, Whitney, and Up All Night. However, only Grimm would go on to survive for a 3rd year. As a result of NBC's trouble launching new shows, NBC dedicated airtime to unscripted television, including Rock Center with Brian Williams, and Betty White's Off Their Rockers. Once again, NBC canceled more shows than their competition. NBC fell back to 4th place in the 2012-2013 season, averaging 6.9 million viewers. Other than The Voice holding steady at 13 to 14 million viewers, airing twice a week, the network was a miss. 18 canceled programs throughout the year once again led all networks. However, to NBC's credit, this season spawned 2 dramas that are both alive to this day. Chicago Fire, created by Dick Wolf of Law & Order, was successful enough to have a spin-off down the road. And Hannibal, from Brian Fuller, which has become a low-rated fandom favorite, renewable because of its unique international financing, which makes it cheap for NBC. NBC's new show Revolution earned the post-Voice slot and was a success for the network, averaging 10.5 million viewers. 2013 and 2014 was a very different season for NBC. Thanks to 18 nights of Winter Olympic coverage, NBC's viewership jumped over 30%, landing at a national average of 9.3 million viewers per hour for the year, second behind CBS, which led with 10.7 million. Additionally, NBC landed first in the key demographic of 18 through 49-year-old males, a leading statistic used when renewing television shows, as that demographic is the most susceptible to television advertisements. NBC renewed 5 new shows this year and canceled less than ABC and Fox, leading to the network's first stability in over a decade. Not everything was sunny, however. Without the help of The Voice, Revolution's ratings dived and the show would be canceled alongside expected successes The Michael J. Fox Show and Belief from Alfonso Cuarón, director of Gravity. Chicago became NBC's newest franchise as Chicago PD spun off Chicago Fire, which continued to be a solid rating success for the network. NBC debuted The Blacklist, with James Spader averaging 14.9 million viewers in its first season, airing after The Voice. So, does the success of the 2013-2014 season indicate Comcast has revitalized NBC? I think it's still too soon to say. NBC's success last year is the result of The Voice and its 14 million viewers. The best way to measure The Voice's impact is by looking at the ratings of The Blacklist. This year, when airing after The Voice, Blacklist was averaging a 2.8 through 2.5 rating in the key demographic, 18 to 49-year-old males. Without The Voice, however, its ratings have fallen to a 1.8 to 1.9 in the demographic. The same drop-off happened to Revolution and Smash in their second seasons, and indicates that NBC can't launch successful new programs without the help of The Voice. One could argue that the only reason NBC's ratings have been as high as they have been over the past half-decade is because of Sunday Night Football's contribution. SNF contributes over 20 million viewers for 4 hours every Sunday night in the fall, and that is accounted for in the year ratings averages. Regarding the current television season, The Voice is slowly declining in viewership but remains a relative heavyweight for the network. The Blacklist is NBC's only scripted show averaging over a 2.0 in the key demo. For comparison, CBS has 10 shows averaging above a 2.0 at the moment. The year before Comcast took over NBC, the network finished second, averaging 8.2 million viewers per hour in primetime. However, this number is inflated due to Winter Olympics coverage from that year. Looking at the broader picture, there isn't a clear trend with NBC's ratings. However, take out Olympics and football, and NBC's entire schedule is based around The Voice, which is subject to the law of diminishing returns.
An epic new season of The Voice returns February 23rd here on NBC.
It's too soon to say whether the NBC-Comcast venture has been a success or a failure. While last year was NBC's greatest year in recent memory, it's mostly due to The Voice and the shows airing after The Voice that get a bump in ratings due to airing after The Voice. Otherwise, the network is failing to launch new successful franchises. Until NBC figures out how to launch successful new shows long-term without the help of The Voice, it's impossible to call this venture a success. Next time on the television show, I figure out how to end my videos without looking like a total idiot. Can I go home now?